Hello, everybody, and happy Tuesday. So we are going to be doing some polish work today. And this means anything from sound effects to graphics to bug fixes, just anything that's going to improve the quality of the game for people. Hey, Rod. So I started today by asking the AI to take a look at a bug that we had here. And the way I've been looking at this is there are some bugs that are really small that I just don't really care to even tackle, but that would benefit the game to have fixed. So like, let's just see if AI can do a better job at this. Player dialogue on cooldown. Start dialogue, start player dialogue cooldown. And just waste 0.15 seconds. This is kind of a bad way of doing things. Hey, Crosside, hey, Chili, David, Blub, Smack. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Yeah, it should be a pretty chill day. It's just going to be a half day. I'll probably stream for about 4 hours. Let's try this out. I'm not super happy with this. I wonder if there's a way to address the underlying race condition. That's strange. Huh, where do we set this to true? This was in their... Huh, this was in their code originally, I think. All right, well, let's try running this. Although I don't even know what game I'm in right now. I think I might be in the... Yeah, I'm on the title screen. I need to make the title screen work today, too. We should probably spend a little bit of time on this. And none of these buttons work, right? Yeah. Discord works. And quick game presumably works. Yeah. Okay, so let's go change this. Let's go to flow control flags and start in the farming game. And the whole thing I wanted to start in was the town scene. What is it even called? Free play before sidekick. I should probably write like free play in town or something. Might be a little bit clearer. Yeah, I spent about an hour last night working with AI stuff just to work on some like basic refactorings. And yeah, one of the biggest conclusions that I had is kind of what I just mentioned, which is there are lots of low priority tasks that aren't really worth my time when they're competing with other tasks. That's the definition of low priority pretty much, is like they're low compared to other tasks. So like if you have 100 tasks and 10 of them are low priority and you can only do 50 tasks, you're not going to do the low priority ones. You're going to do the 50 higher priority ones that you have. And even then you're not going to get done with all of them. So the way I look at it is like AI would let me do those low priority tasks in a low cost way. And that's pretty interesting because like there are some things in Skeleseller that I wanted done, but I just did not think were worthwhile enough. And they were like small paper cuts. And we could produce a better product by just not having those paper cuts in the game. Anyway, okay, so here was, if you just keep pressing the button on this. Okay, this is working just fine. Oh, it's not working just fine. Yeah, something's going wrong here. Huh. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm stuck. I cannot move right now. And I press the B button, and now I can move again. So it must think that a dialogue is open. I'll just cancel out of this for now. I don't think this is good code for fixing this anyway. So let's just roll this whole thing back. I'm not going to look into this right now. There is something I wanted to do, which is that in the Fever Dream game, where is this? Fever Dream game, here it is. What does it say? Lovely platformer we're having, isn't it? Lovely platformer we're having, isn't it? I want to make sure that this is mirrored when you get to the farming game. When they talk about the weather, they say sure is lovely weather. It should say lovely weather we're having, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right, well, let's go check that in. Change wording. I wanted the line about weather to match what was said in the Fever Dream game. Okay, add sound effects, harvesting crops, collecting items. Let's start at the beginning here. And maybe we even work on the title screen a little bit today. Yeah, probably makes sense to do that. Did I check this in? I sure hope I didn't. Diff last commit. I did not. Okay, yeah, that's fine. All right, so we go to the title screen. I think the settings thing should probably just say like we don't have anything here yet. Maybe we even just disable the buttons. And then maybe we don't do anything in terms of, yeah, maybe we just disable both of these for right now. I think that makes the most sense. It will clearly indicate. So settings and this disabled. There. So now if you restart the game, it's weird that polish in this case is just stop the button from working. Does it make a sound? No. Okay. All right, so yeah, let's try this out. Is there anything else I want to do with the platform? Oh yeah, I wanted to fix a bug. When you jump like this, but you just barely land on a platform, yeah, you don't enter the landing animation. Yeah, right there. Okay, that should be simple to fix. Platformer, player, animation tree. So double jump up can go to start falling, but it can't go to land. And what is the condition here? This is at end. Yeah, so however, I guess double jump forward? No, double jump forward has the same problem. Wait a second, I didn't even test that. Platformer. Yeah, I didn't notice that. Let's see. So if I jump forward, it's pretty hard to set up the jump exactly. Yeah, no, it is a problem there too. Okay, well, it was just a problem for both of these. But regular jump can go into landing, right? No, it cannot. It can only go into start falling. Wait, so isn't that also a problem? Isn't all of this a problem? Maybe jump isn't a long enough animation for me to have ever noticed it? No, wait, maybe jump is only ever going up? This does not look bad to me, but I can't really tell exactly, and it's very hard. I think we need exactly the right difference in heights to test this. And I don't see any platforms that are like that. Maybe this one? No. Oh, this one might work. We have to land like perfectly. I don't see a problem with this. I just see a problem with double jumping. And even then it's pretty hard to trigger. I mean, it's pretty much the same solution no matter what, which is for any of these things like this, we have an is grounded. So if you're grounded in the middle of a jump, then it should go to the land animation. Nothing else does that, right? No, nothing else does that. Okay, so then this should be pretty simple. Let's just drag one of these here. Actually, let's test it with the up one. So I want to, how do you connect these again? There's some connect node shortcut. I don't remember what it is. It's not middle click. It's not right click. It's not control click. It's not alt click. And now you can't undo that. No, I can undo that. Command click. No. Shift click. Aha, shift click. I eventually figured it out. It was the last modifier I could have tested. All right, so just like how we entered this is set to auto and immediate, and it's grounded. So we're probably gonna do the same thing over here. Auto, immediate is grounded. Okay, shift click this and do the same thing. And the final one of these is jump, which probably isn't an issue. Well, let's do that too. Okay, let's try that out. That should be all it took. So now if I land in the middle of a double jump, which is kind of hard to time. Yeah, very hard to time. That's another problem. I think it's working okay. Oh, man. Yes, it's working. Okay, so there's that. Now what about if we go left? Yes. And that's good. Okay, so the only issue that I still see here is that if you're falling and you jump, falling seems to override it. Start falling, or maybe it's fall loop. Let me take a look at this one. It's hard to remember what all the animations look like. So if I fall and I jump at exactly the point that it starts. I did it over here pretty consistently. I see solo. I can't do it again. I don't know how I did this. Maybe it's the frame just before that. Yes. Okay, it is. Okay. So it's that frame. And then we enter the falling animation. So this is probably just a priority problem. Let's check this first thing in so far. This is just in here. So fix jumping animation transitions. There was no transition to landing. So if you double jumped such that you barely crested a platform, it wouldn't enter the landing animation. This is very easy to fix. And then this is going to be disable buttons on title screen. Settings and credits don't do anything yet, so I've disabled them for now. And the final problem is figuring this out, which I said I think is a priority problem. Fall loop is what we get stuck in. So start falling can go to jump, but it's got the wrong priority, I'm guessing. Priority is 1. Priority for jump is also 1. I think the lower priorities are better. Lower priority is preferred, yeah. So I think we have to set this to 0 and this to 0. This is 2. So this to 1, I guess. And aerial dash is 0. Oh man, this is too difficult. Okay, let's back out of this for a sec. Hey Mark, how you doing? All right, there are too many things here. I think what we need to do is set the priority of everything up by 1. Because we already had a priority here. Unless you can set these negative, can you? No, you cannot. Yes, I think we need to increase all of them by 1. At least the ones exiting this node. So how many exits do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Okay. So we're going to make sure we get all 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so all of the priorities leaving this state are now okay. Wait, no, that wasn't even the state I wanted to do, was it? Fall loop, let's increase these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, so now what do we want to do? We want to make sure that you don't enter fall loop. So this one needs a higher priority over these other ones. Why is this 3? I think I just did this poorly. Aerial dash is 1. I want to keep these relatively the same. Double jump forward is prioritized over double jump up. But yeah, fall loop should be deprioritized over all of those. So that's it. I think that'll do it. What is this? This is an animation tree for controlling the platformer. Hi, Supercuber. So now if we press this at exactly the right time, and it's hard to know if I'm doing it correctly, but we should never enter the fall loop animation and should instead enter the jump up animation. Yeah, I think I'm doing it correctly. Nice. And then if I do double jump sideways, nice. And then there's one other thing I could do. Oh yeah, aerial dash. So if I'm falling and I do this, and if I do a jump and a dash, it enters the dash animation, which is probably what I want. What did that do? Oh, I press dash first and then jump. Yeah. Hey, Rusius. Yeah, this looks a little weird if you dash and then do a double jump. Especially in that case. It's like your character's moving to the left. And then, yeah, I don't really care about this one so much, though. All right, cool. All right. Good, 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 good. So what do we just change here? Oh, yeah, fix animation priority. So we used to prioritize falling. What was it called? Fall loop over jumping. So if you jumped at exactly the right moment, you would look like you were falling. All right, pretty nice. So yeah, I think the general schedule for the streams should be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, coding, Tuesday, polish, and Thursday, music. Yeah. Hey, Scholar. Hope the day is filled with success. You too. Thank you. Yeah, yesterday was a really solid day. Okay, so we've got to add a whole bunch of sound effects. I guess let's just keep going through this and finding out where it looks like there's cause for change. So I don't care about the title screen. That part, maybe we add music, but otherwise, it doesn't matter. Yeah, upcoming vacation. Yeah, it's been a long time coming, and thank you. I'm sure I will enjoy it. Hey, TJ. Okay, anything else we want to do in this particular sub game? Because this is looking pretty good. I mean, the background needs to change a bit, but the text is legible. I kind of, well, I think it's fine. I don't want to get too nitpicky. All right, this is all looking good. Oh, this technically doesn't make sense that you fell down below a ceiling. I guess I guess falling through the world in the first place didn't really make sense. But we should probably land you like here. Yeah, I should probably move that to the side. Okay, let's go do that. Architect realm, player node. All right, it's player fall position. Yeah, so we'll just bump this to the right. It shouldn't change anything. We want them to be outside of the way of the ceiling. Yeah, that should do it. Look at that parallax. Hey, Dark. To find out move some things from Super Retro World for the Towner Farm. I like the flowers and trees more. Yeah, I think as long as it's in a folder, probably named Super Retro World or something, because that way we can tell where that stuff came from. But yeah, that would be good. Also, please don't stress about this stuff, the timing at least. I don't want this to become the top priority. Okay, so that'll look good except for the fall, which now let's go test the fall one more time. Now we should land in a slightly different spot. Everything should look good. I'm gonna just blast my way there super fast. Let's go there. I say super fast, but there's only so fast you can go upward in this game. Oops. Okay. Now if you jump straight up, your head does not hit the ceiling. Good. And if you make it up to here... Yeah, this is covered, but that's okay because you fell through this world. Just give me the platformer game. The thing is, there's no, like, game here. It's just truly running across the world. There's no, like, enemies. There's no difficult platforming. Hey, Goblin Girl. Someone who has low vision, I wish games would have a way to either tint the background to a darker or better contrast, or let us pick some of the colors. We saw the yellowish sky. It's a bit bright for me, but I love the underworld. So the sky is going to change. And yeah, I think it is a little bit tough to get contrast right for some of these tile sets because, like, I don't want to change too much here. I also wonder with AI, will people just produce some, like, contrast improver shader for your whole screen that just affects games? Hey, Corpsey. I don't like it how you were falling facing one way, but then you landed facing the other. Please fix it. Yeah, I know. I might fix that. It's not trivial to fix it, and it's not very important, so I just didn't do anything about it yet. All right, so this is just move this node. Move player fall position. I know you fall through a whole world, but you landed in such a way that there was a wall above you. I nudged the landing position to the right so that it was more realistic that you would fall onto the ground below. Hard to get the right balance. Yeah, I think there is a trade-off between aesthetics and having the right, like, contrast when it comes to backgrounds, for example. Like, if you're looking for a certain sky color and some people can't see it, you have to change that sky color, and now everyone who can see it will see a different color. I think it's easier for text or for, like, you know, business UIs where the aesthetics don't matter quite as much as the functionality. But yeah, the way I look at this is, if there's an easy win to be had there, then it's worth doing. And if it's not easy, it's just, unfortunately, it's very hard to accommodate everybody, especially with a low budget game. I haven't used it myself. Brother uses it for games. Yeah, that sort of thing sounds really interesting. Okay. So we've gone through the platformer. Platformer's looking good. Let's go through the farming game now. And the Architect's Realm, actually the Architect's Realm I didn't really look at too much. But I think we need some sound effects in there. Need to add sound effects for the speaking. Why is it one of the hardest parts of my job? Because of how permanent it feels. All right, so we're going to set this to play normally and start the game. Let's load it up. So this is right after you've been to the architect's office. And here's what you see. And the most obvious thing that stands out right away is that the world is untextured. So we should probably do something there. But, yeah. All right. Hello and welcome to Moondrop Village. You must be player. You stare blankly. Well, didn't your grandpa give you this farm? Yes. Do you need any help getting started? I'll figure it out. All right, so he walks away. Nothing tells you what to do at this point. And you can walk around your farm, and eventually there's going to be some stuff here. But your farm is pretty big. The world looks the worst out of all this. Can you walk into town? Because if you can, that's actually kind of a problem. Give you a sense of relativity here. Yeah, this is a problem. I think we need to stop you from walking to town. Farming game. Stop you from walking to town on your first day. Why though? What do we say? I think originally it was like, you need to grow some crops. Maybe show a dialogue telling the player that they should spend their first day tending to the farm. Town is closed for the day. It's closed for the day. I mean, this is a tutorial, so I think this is pretty reasonable. Yeah. Oh, neat, TJ. Yeah, I think it's a good way of doing things. Only productive members of society are allowed in town. I don't think the world should be snarky to you necessarily. So all right, it's gonna try to convince you to go back and farm. I think we should probably cut down on the size of the farm. This is pretty hefty. So yeah, your goal as a player is going to be to like grow some crops. This does take a decent amount of time, which is where we need like enough of a game here where you want to do this. Or maybe we just make footsteps take a little bit more energy than they currently do. You're not ready for me, human. Try using your shovel and planting seeds. Maybe that will tire you out. Or the other thing we could do is we could make it so that as time goes on, you use more and more energy. So the expected amount of time you spend in this game is about the same as anyone else. It's not that bad. Like if I plant a bunch of seeds now, my energy meter should start wiggling pretty soon. Yeah, I think let's make planting take a tiny bit more energy. And that should do it, right? Yep, nice. Okay, so now the meter's wiggling. If we continue doing stuff, it'll wiggle more and more violently. Show exclamation marks. Eventually show a little rage face. There, so that's completely drained now. And now we can go to bed. So wait, what did I say though? What did I want to do? Make seeds cost more energy? Farm game. Plant seed energy depletion rate. Yeah, maybe let's make it 50% higher. All right. Now let's go back into the game and go to sleep. You seem to be ready, human. Okay. I mean, if the platform is fine, this is probably going to be fine. I do like the idea of being able to collect all the strawberries. And you can only do it using the sickle. Is this a dream? Yeah, this is a dream. There are no strawberries down here. The sickles look like question marks. They kind of do, yeah. Hey, pickle. Alright, now getting those is a little bit challenging. Yeah. I messed up. But I have a lot of strawberries now. Alright. It's okay just letting the physics be messed up here. I think it's pretty reasonable. It's sufficiently broken looking. And even if you enter the office in a certain way, like if I do this maybe, you can see, yeah, you can see some seeds now in the office. Which I like. I'm not doing anything about that. Alright, so now you're back in the farming game. Haven't seen you in ages. Okay. Now you can sickle up some strawberries. Need sound effects for that. And then you just go to town. Lovely weather we're having, isn't it? Terrible weather we're having, isn't it? Now this guy slides over. Gotta fix that animation. Saw you talk to those people. You're different. Leave me alone. That proves it. You have agency. Alright. I want to exercise my agency too. Ask me something. So you ask a question. Agency? Watch this. Hey, NPC number 1, your hair is stupid. Oh, whoops, that was supposed to change. Sure is lovely weather we're having. Sure is. There we go. See, it's just the worst. I love this part. Have you seen other worlds as well? Yes. I've seen 2 other worlds myself. Both by accident, but it makes me think there has to be a way to escape the drudgery of this one. I did get a hint from the town wizard. It was throw giant strawberries into the trash cans around town. You didn't happen to grow any crops yet, did you? Gadzooks, that's the biggest strawberry I've ever seen. Hey, Phil. Oh, there's quotes around that. There shouldn't be quotes there. Yeah, nice. I'm glad we're looking over this because I didn't even see that the first time. I grew some myself behind my house, but they were never that big. Let's get to it. Imagine the player and sidekick put strawberries in all of the trash cans at this point. A key pops out of the final trash can. A key! The only locked doors I've ever seen are in the community center. Wait, why is weight grayed out? I should say false. Wow, we're finding all sorts of bugs here. I just never tested this. Follow me. Oh, that's also got quotes around it. Yeah, whoops. I wrote this in a Google Doc first and then just copy pasted it. And that's why we have quotes around all this stuff, because in the Google Doc it makes sense so that you can actually tell where the narration ends and my own notes begin. All right, let's just search for quotation marks. There's only be 2 in this whole file. Yeah. And these are required because this is the sidekick quoting the wizard. Yeah, so if you press A at this point now, nothing happens. You can go to the community center. Well, community center. I mean, this is the community center. There's nothing here. And yeah, we got to make this world and everything. Okay, so let's go check in what I've done. And then we can work on some of the sound effects and stuff. I think we should do that. So this is fix a bunch of broken dialogue. Yeah, fix a bunch of dialogue. I had errant quotation marks. An incorrect if statement. And I hadn't updated the weather comment during the sidekick conversation. There. All right, then what do we change over here? Make seeds decrease your energy faster. Let's go try that out. I want to see how fast this goes. It's now 50% faster, but what does that feel like? No, whoops. All right. So now if you just plant seeds on this whole plot, how much energy do you have left? Looks like we consumed about maybe 30%. So now if you were to water some of these. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be more to discover, but right now there isn't. So we can't have you just like spending forever doing nothing here. But there's a debug function. If you use your axe, it just goes down to 20% immediately. But that that won't be there for regular players. I love the idea of these tools just flying out of you. It's just such a silly idea. A lot of random goofy stuff, and I really want to see people's reactions when they play this game. Very nice game, thank you. Alright, we got to speed up the text here when they say get out. Or sorry, you again. And I'd like some typing sounds. Alright, so we're back here, go outside. I want to go talk to the sidekick. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then also we need to stop you from going into town if you don't have strawberries. Stop you from walking to town after the dream if you don't have strawberries. Tell you to use the sickle to harvest them. What else did I write here? Speed up the you again text. I want to at least make sure that the dialogue works well. I really love for there to be collection sounds there. That'd be nice. We'll get to that stuff today. Alright, let's get to the point where our sidekick comes out of the house. Okay, cool. So there's only so much you can speed this up. Especially because this part you can't speed up. I'm still concerned about the use of NPC. I mean, these characters are literally named NPC number 1 and NPC number 2, which I like. Well, no, actually, I didn't think of that. Hang on, I gotta write that down. Is there a lore reason behind this? Like, they don't even know their own names? If so, how does Tutorial Man have a name? Alright, so we say, do you mean anyone scary? What do you mean? I met a shadowy figure that told me to get out. I ended up here. Any ideas how to escape? I did get a hint from the town wizard. Very silly. Grew some myself behind my house, but they were never that big. Let's get to it. Yep. Cool, this is all looking good. Alright, so we say wait. What if we end up seeing the shadowy figure again? Well, did they harm you at all? No. Then I wouldn't worry about it. Plus, anything beats this boring town. Follow me. Only they never walked again. Actually, no, we don't even need this to be a cutscene, right? You could just walk and throw these into the trash cans yourself. I did not think about that. But I think this character would be following you. Yeah, I think I like that better. I'm gonna write that down. When getting back to the sidekick cutscene, I think the player should have to go find the trash cans and throw strawberries in. They could hear a little jingle as they do that. Sidekick could pathfind behind them and stop when within a particular distance of the player. Yeah, that's a pretty cool idea. I like that a lot. I don't think we'll be able to do that by Thursday, but maybe. Who knows? All right, well, yeah, that's that. So what do we do over here? Where's the change? Make seeds take more energy. Make planting take more energy. At least until there's more to do in the farming game. I don't want the player to have to wait around forever just to advance the plot. All right, need sound effects for speaking. So I think Yarn Spinner has a way of playing a sound effect, but I guess I'd want to do this. Well, I'm not sure how I'd want to do this. Because this isn't even done through Yarn Spinner, now that I think about it. It's done literally through an animation player right here. So we have cutscene. And somewhere, yeah, we just changed the visible ratio of this text right here. You shouldn't be here. So if we want typing sounds for this, what we could do is we could say like start playing typing sound, stop playing typing sound. Then same thing over here and here. And pass in a typing sound. Actually, nobody kind of interesting is playing a sound that matches the key of the music. No, you'd have to know what chord you're playing at that particular time, because we swap between 3 chords. I think it'd be a bad idea. Okay, so we could have a function like start playing typing sound, float rate, and sound ID. And then a corresponding stop playing typing sound. Or just like stop all typing sounds. So it'll only work for animation player scenes, not for Yarn Spinner. All right, let's go find a sound effect. We have something here. Dialogue single. They're just like beeps and boops. And then we could pitch shift them to be maybe lower in this case. The problem is they won't match letter for letter. Like, I don't know if you'd expect that even. Like a because we're just gonna like randomly play them, right? All right, I kind of like this idea at least. Architect office. So maybe we should make a like a typing sound class. And then how would this work? Let me think about this. Typing or like audio typewriter, something like that. And how would we do this? We'd be calling a function on something. I guess we add it as a node to the scene. Yeah, that could work. And it needs an audio system, which means we need to instantiate it, right? Needs an audio system. It could maybe have its own. Could it? Is that a problem? We do this from main, right? Yeah, we have an audio system there. Is there a problem with adding multiple of these? I guess because we make many audio players if we do that. No, I think we just instantiate it from the main audio player that we have. Okay, I can see this coming together. Alternatively, we could put it as a system in the root and pass it in. Hey, Goose. Good morning. Yeah, I'll go make a new node and we'll test this out. So we'll call this audio typewriter and save it somewhere. I don't know where. I don't think any of those folders really work for this. It's kind of UI. I'll just make an audio folder, I guess. Audio typewriter. Okay, now we need a script for this. Audio typewriter. Okay, partial class extends node. And then we go attach this. Done. So this needs to have a way of initializing with an audio system. So let's go do that. Public void init. So there we go. And then we need a way of doing this stuff, right? Yeah. So public void start playing typing sound. And public void stop all typing sounds. All right. So now we need a timer in here. I guess we could just add a timer. And we'll set its rate and everything. Private timer. Cool. So when you stop all typing sounds, we're just going to do timer.stop. And we need a private void play typing sound. And we're going to keep track of which sound ID was just passed in last. Sound ID. Okay, get timer timeout. And then the rate. So we're going to start this like so, and we're going to have it do... No, that's good. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all we need, right? And then we just need audio system.play sound ID. Okay, let's go try this out. So where do we do this? Where do we test this? How about we test it right on the title screen? That way I don't need to go very far into the game. Or do we just skip right to the architect office? I think I want to skip here. Yeah, I think I want to skip here. Now we can test it for real. All right, well then let's add in our new audio typewriter. And in our architect office, go fetch that. Private audio typewriter. Oh. Hello? Is there no ready here? There isn't? Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Then we initialize this with the audio system. Hey, Watasaka. I haven't looked at sales figures, so I have no idea. And then we need to call a method on that thing. Okay, let's do that from here. So we're going to align this with this exactly. 6.0333, whatever. Did that just crash? Oh, man. I hope that's saved. I really hope that's saved. It's not such a big deal, but like, I don't want to redo that. Yeah, it looks like it's saved. Okay. Yeah, this crashes quite a lot for some reason. All right, so we add this in here and we say start playing typing sound. This is 6.0333. And there are two arguments. There is a float for the rate, Now we could probably figure out what this is supposed to be, or like roughly what it's supposed to be. It's maybe 2.5 seconds to type out. Let's see, I'm just gonna approximate like 25 characters. I don't know. And so that means that we should play this every 0.1 seconds. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect. And then over here, we pick a sound ID. This, we got to go manifest. Oh, I should probably update the game command, huh? Adam is currently working on stuck in a broken tutorial. Before this, he worked on Skeleseller. Before that, Botland. Okay, what's our sound ID? Let's just play something for right now. What was before Botland? I mean, I guess before that was Ophog. And before that was other versions of Botland, pretty much. Let's just pick UI hover button for now. I just want to see what this sounds like. What is that number? Oh, there are no numbers here. We gotta hover 14. I don't love this. But the alternative would be to call a function in the scene that calls into the audio typewriter. So, all right, let's just try this out. And then we'll stop all the typing sounds at the end of that. So right here, 8.6333. Insert key, stop. 8.6333. Okay, let's go try that out. So we got to go to flow control flags, set us the platformer, and then just cheat our way to the office. Okay, so here's what we're trying to listen for. Wait, let's turn off music because it's going to be kind of hard to hear through the music. So what we're trying to listen for is when they say you shouldn't be here, it should make like some kind of sound repeatedly. And it broke immediately. So what? We don't have the right node here. Object reference not set. Yep, what is it that's not set? Copy error. It needs an audio system. It could... What? Where's this coming from? Did I accidentally leave... What? Oh, whoops, that was already in the buffer. Okay. Object reference not set into an object. This is Architect Office 25. All right, easy peasy. So Architect Office 25, that's here. Audio typewriter doesn't exist because it hasn't been added to the scene yet, which means ready is never called, which means we're doing this in the opposite order that I normally do this in, which is we add this to the scene and then call in on it. Is there a reason why not to do things that way? No, there wasn't. Hey, Trackley. The title doesn't actually say Thursday, right? It should say like polishing this Tuesday or something. Polishing for Thursday. Okay, yeah. That's fine. All right, let's try it. Okay, tell me that isn't hilarious. It gets rate limited, which we should probably stop, but that's pretty funny. All right, that's pretty good, actually. I'm kind of glad that worked. So let's pick this one, maybe. Yeah, this is just a nice little friendly sounding boop. Yeah, I want it to be lower pitch. I want it to not attenuate, but in general, that's sounding nice. Now, I don't know how that's going to work for something like Japanese or Chinese or something, where maybe it's only going to type out a few characters. In fact, let's go. We should probably test that, right? So English to, I don't know, just do simplified Chinese. You shouldn't be here, ... is how many characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then a lot more dots. So yeah, 6 characters. So it'll go like I don't know what to do for that. I also don't know if seeing this appear character by character very slowly is going to be annoying for people who read Chinese. It should be the corresponding Morse code. By the end of this game, you should be fluent in Morse code. Actually, it'd be kind of funny if that's how our brains worked, and we taught you Morse code without you realizing. And at the end, we say we had a puzzle. We said like type out these words in Morse code, and you just knew. Like, how did this game teach me that? All right, so let's go plop in this sound. I don't think I already did this, right? Audio, sounds. I guess it's a UI thing. Yeah. So we'll call this dialogue typing architect. Dialogue. Yeah, that's probably fine. All right, now where do we go manifest this? Over here. Dialogue typing architect. Yep. Put this back. Put this over here. UI. Now there's some like ignore rate limit. How do you do this? Bypass rate limiting. True. And then the pitch is going to be really low for this. So like 0.2 to 0.4. And that's pretty much it. That should be good. I don't know why this is on. Why is this not? Why did that not fix the spacing? Oh, strange. Okay. There's probably a problem there. This should also say dot wave. Hey, Magnus. Tuesday, Magnus. Tuesday. All right, so what number is this? 19. Let's go plug that in and let's see how this sounds. So animation player down here now plays 19. Oops, that's 49. That obviously won't work. Tuesday. All right, let's hear it. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like it. And then get out. Maybe get out, since it's in all caps, should use a different sound. Maybe a harsher sounding thing. Yeah, I like that. Oh, this is going to be a great effect. All right, so that's dialogue typing architect. Maybe we call it like architect spooky. This is before you befriend them. And then typing architect spooky angry. Yeah. So we have spooky and spooky angry. And this doesn't need to be lowered at all. Maybe 0.8 and 1.1. Something like that. Let's try that out. Now, how many characters do you type here? You type get out. So 4, 8. And how long does it take you to type them? And what number is this? This is 20. Okay, easy peasy. So now we just got to go find this next bit. Well, it'd be easier peasier if I could see everything. Yeah, so here. 96666. All right, so enter key. Start playing typing sound. 96666. And then here's the stop version. This is at 11.1. Is there some way to move this slider to exactly where that dot is? Like, I know I can type it in, but I'd like this to just snap to where that is. What's this button do? Insert at current time. Not what I want. What does this do? Apply snapping to timeline cursor. It's doing something. I don't know. All right, I don't really care right now. Let's just type this in. So stop all typing sounds. And this is supposed to be 11. I'll just copy paste. Okay, now the sound that we want, I think I said was 20, right? Yeah, 20. And we have how long here? 9.6 to 11.1. So it's 1.5 seconds to type 8 characters. So it is like roughly 5.1. I'm just going to say 5.2 or something. 0.52. Did I mess that up? No, I messed that up. What am I doing? Hang on a second. It's the other way around. 0.2. And then this is 20. Okay, let's try that. I hope this sounds good. I'm going to turn this up for myself. Okay, that didn't work. That definitely didn't work. What went wrong here? I only played the sound like twice. This is 0.2. Did I mess up audio typewriter? Start playing sound, start rate. What does this do? Starts a timer, resets if it was already started, fails if the timer is not inside the scene tree. If time cycle is greater than 0, this is used for wait time. What am I missing? 0.2 seconds. Should play every 0.2 seconds. So then if we set this to 0.2 and then just snap, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. What? Why was I not hearing that? Did I bypass rate limiting? Yeah? What am I missing? All right, how about this? Let's have this print out. Starting timer with rate. Yeah, great. And then every time it plays a typing sound, let's have it print this. Playing typing sound plus sound ID. I got to take a break pretty soon, but I thought this would be done. I'm not bothered yet. It's not like it's taking an hour to do this. But yeah, it's strange that it's not working the way I expect. It played it 5 times. I heard it. Bah, 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 bah. But it says here that it played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 or so. But I didn't hear that. Maybe because the file is so long? Oh, because max polyphony is set to something. We got to go figure out what that's set to. Polyphony is 20. What? What? I'm not playing 20 sounds. Hey, Alfred, and thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh, and thanks for the resub too. That's also very nice of you. Yeah, launched Skeleseller, started on this new game. Gonna be hopefully playtesting it on Thursday with somebody, and then someone else probably on Friday. And get some feedback. And hopefully they say it's fun. I don't mind hunkering down for a long game dev journey for this too. I think there are a lot of nice things about this game. Yeah, I don't know what's going wrong here. I think it's probably this. If I set this to 40, let's just see. Does that fix this? Because if it does fix this, then we got to find out why it thinks 20 sounds are playing already. Because maximum sound effects should be per audio player, and we don't have any of the UI sounds playing, unless it counts that it was playing the first typing sounds. Please don't bother it. No, that's fine. I got to take a break after this. Okay, that sounds amazing. And also, it was Max Effects Polyphony. Strange. That would mean that this sound effect for dialogue single is much longer. It is much longer. Wow. Yeah. Look at the sound wave. It's only this. I didn't even hear that. Yeah, there. But then it plays out for another like 1.3 seconds. So that's probably our issue. Yeah, hey, why not? Yep, I think that's the problem. Okay, so where I left off, uh, polyphony plus dead time. All right, I'm gonna go take a break. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Hello. Close the game. Hey, ABC. Hey, Deller. And who else I see? Survivor. And that's it. Hellos to nobody else. No one. All right, so Polyphony's messing this up. We probably should trim this down. It's just blank space, right? Yeah. So if I just delete all of this, then we can re-export this and it should just be fine. Okay. And where did I put that? Here. Paste. Replace. All right, now we set polyphony back to 20 and it should be okay. But, oh yeah, truncate silence. Okay, that'd be good too. Oh, we should probably do this over here as well, right? Open with Audacity. Effect. Where's truncate silence? Volume. I don't. So there it is. Special. Select the audio to truncate. There actually is no silence in this one. Wait, this isn't even the right thing. I opened the wrong one. Oh, whoops. This one, I think. Yeah, this one. All right, so select all, effect, special, truncate, silence, threshold, truncate. You know what? I'll just delete this. I think it's just easier. There. Okay, replace. And then in Skeleseller, we had some kind of like sound effect, sounds on MD. Yeah, here. Modified sounds. I'm going to just copy paste this over to here. Where do we write this? There's a docs folder, hopefully. There's no docs folder. Okay, where's the docs folder over here? In game. Make dir docs. And then save this as the same thing I named this one. I think was just sounds on MD. Yeah, sounds on MD. Change some goofy sound. Well, remember, they're in the real world, so it's not until they become your friend that their sound would probably change. All right, I don't care about any of this stuff. I just want to put modified sounds. All right, so denied, truncated, silence, so that max polyphony wouldn't block sounds when typing dialogue. And then what's the other one? Dialogue single. Same as this. Okay. There are modifications. Now we just test this out. So it's nice to know I wrote the code correctly the first time. Now let's go test it. Whoops, I accidentally typed a Z in there because I mashed the... Oh, man. Come on. It's enabled and needs to finish initializing. Disable? No, don't disable. There. All right, let's go check this out. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Okay, so where is this? Yeah, speed up U again text. Make sure the sounds match the speed. Didn't push the stuff I had at work. Oh no. Do you have to like go somewhere now to get those files? This is weird. If we move this up, it should hopefully unpoison the diff. Did that work? Yes. Well, it's still detecting this as a diff. I don't know why. Oh, did I add this in the middle of nowhere? No. Oh, wait, what? Yeah, I did. All right, let's just put this at the bottom. There. Now that's all it should detect is the diff. Good. Can't have to wait till tomorrow. All right, I see. Yeah. That's too bad. Audio typewriter. This is good. This is... Well, that part doesn't matter. Step. Yeah, I changed that myself, I think. Rest of this is fine. This is fine too. So this is responsible for typing out sounds. Can you bypass rate limiting through here? No, you can't. Responsible for typing out sounds at a specific pace to match spoken dialogue. Yeah. All right, what next? Change the init order, that's fine. Mute the bus, no, don't want to do that. This I don't care about. So I want to check in all of that stuff. Sound ID for sure. Then the new files. Nice. Okay. So add typing sounds to architect's office. All right. Well, here's where things get a little bit annoying because we use the same animation for both times that you're in the office. And all we change is the text. So when it says you shouldn't be here, it takes 2.5 seconds to type out. But then the second time around, it says you again, and it still takes 2.5 seconds to type out. So we could just duplicate the entire thing and just change the timings on this. Or the proper way to do this, I think, is split this into like several animations that are playing out at the same time. And then orchestrate those. Or do this through code. No matter what I do here, I'm not going to like it. Yeah, okay. Anyway, problem. The text length differs greatly between your first and second time in the architect's office. Also, localizing this text may cause some issues down the road with timings. So yeah, we should probably put this in code. Yeah, we should probably put this in code. So we would have a like cutscene start animation. Or rather, this is like walk into the light. And then at the end of this, we call a show text. And pass in the, or like type out text. And pass in the label and the sound ID. Type out text would figure out the rate it should type and play sounds at. Then when done, it can call another animation, which in this case would be to just wait for a little bit, like a tiny amount of time. Why does that sound effect have to play every single time? Because portal sound is marked playing at the very beginning. It's only right here. I don't want that to play every time. So then we wait for like a second. Oh yeah, but also stop typing, I guess. Would stop typing and call another animation or start another animation. And the animation in that case would just be to wait. Alternatively, we could like purpose build a function for this particular thing saying like show lines of text. I think that's reasonable. And then when we're done with that animation, we play the rest of this stuff, which is like banish player. So we call type out text, which is purpose built for this scene and knows the labels, the delays between them, and the sound IDs to use. Yeah. Start the banish player animation. This would work. This would allow for localizing too. Something I'm not actually aware of. Do reading speeds differ greatly across languages? Like if you're reading simplified Chinese, are you reading more words per minute? Reading simplified Chinese, higher WPM than English. Read at the same speeds. I never really thought about this too much. Okay. Yeah, so then it wouldn't be a problem with timing, right? Regardless of the language, you just have the same timing. That makes it easier. We just change the rate, which we do through code. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think this is pretty reasonable. I think it is pretty reasonable. But like I said, it's not going to be fun to do. But this is what polishing is all about and why I don't want to backload all of this, because if I do this for a month or two in a row, I go nuts. But I think doing it every Tuesday for half a day will drastically improve the quality of the game and will prevent me from going crazy. Plus, this is the whole reason why I have that tenet about grit, right? Like, these are the tasks that actually take grit. It's not fun, but it's necessary. So let's go do it. So we'll rename this to like start cutscene, I guess. And then something tries playing this. Architect office probably does. Cutscene. It's not even this that starts it. What start? Oh, is it autoplay? It's autoplay. Okay. Then that's fine. We don't need to do anything special there. All right. So now let's go write out this function. The code should be easy. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be very tough. So what do we want to call this? Well, what do I have written out here? Type out text. Type out text. Okay, so here's what I wrote down for what we have to do. So we know which labels we have. We have first text line, and somewhere we have second text line. I never actually fetch that, do I? Second line. Okay, let's go get that. Oh, and we never save them either. Okay, so private rich text label, first text line, and second. And then go fetch these things here. And the second line is the same regardless. Good. Okay, so how'd I do this originally? We want a duration, first line duration, to be pretty much exactly what we have. I love the timing of this already. So let's just subtract some numbers. 8.6333 minus 6.0333. Okay. So 2.6. And then second line duration. This duration actually needs to change. Oh, what am I doing? No, it should be based on how many characters there are, right? Yeah, I'm doing this backwards. Well, whatever. Let's figure out what this is anyway, and I'll fix it then. So 11.2 minus 9.7, so that's 1.5. Let's just say 1.5. I don't think the timing matters exactly. But we're going to make this be based on characters. So to do base this on how many characters there are. So it's going to be more like first line typing rate equals 0.1. Second line typing rate is half of that. So delete this stuff. Now we figure out how many characters there are. So num chars first line, like first line num chars equals. So this I don't exactly know how to do because you can't just do dot length, right? How does this work for other languages? Because isn't it based on like morphemes or something? C# get length of string regardless of language. I want like the number of typed characters in a string. It says the number of characters, but is it the same as the number of typed characters? Not the number of Unicode characters. Unicode character might be represented by more than one char. Use globalization string info class. Yeah, that's what I want. So how do we do this? Length. Length in text elements. That's probably what I want here. Get number of text elements. Number of base characters, surrogate pairs, and combining character sequences. Combining characters shouldn't be typed out though, right? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, let's just run this. Whatever. We'll figure it out later. So where do we get this from? System globalization. And is it an extension or no? String info. How do we get a string info? String info, here it is. With a string. Okay. So string info, first line string info equals new with the first line of text. Now that's already a problem. Why is that? Cannot resolve constructor. Candidates are... Oh, wait, what? The doc said there's a one string thing, right? Yeah, right here. What? This doesn't exist? String value. Yeah, initialize a new instance. We don't have this? We don't have this. Am I looking at the wrong docs? Oh, is this a Godot string info? Oh, it's the wrong string info. Whoops. System globalization string info. There we go. Can I import this? Nah. Okay, so there's the first one. Then the second one. Let's do that and that. Okay, so now first line number of text elements, I believe, is what we want here. And we do first string info text elements, length and text elements. Yeah. And that is just a property. Okay. Pretty reasonable. Then replace first with second. Okay. So then we need a delay between the two. Let's go get that. That is the difference between these two numbers. So 9.66 minus 8.63. So it's 1.03. Delay between lines 1.03. I mean, it might as well just be a second. I don't know if you'll notice the extra 3%. Okay, great. Figure out the rate it should be. So yeah, and then we'll do sound ID. First line sound ID equals dialogue. And second is angry. All right, so now we got to start a tween. First line, actually we could just create it here, right? Create tween, tween.tween property, visible ratio, final is going to be 1. Its starting value has to be 0, but it should have already been set to 0, right? Yes. Although we might as well just set it here so that we don't mess this up at all. Visible ratio equals 0. Okay, so now the duration that we want for this is going to be just these two things multiplied. First line typing rate times the number of text elements. And the second one is the second of both of those things. So now the duration is first line duration. Cool. Then tween.tween interval. This should be the delay between lines. And then the property, all the second stuff. And this is second line duration. Now we also need typing sounds during this. So we get the audio typewriter, play, and we're going to do first line typing rate. Good. And then this. This needs to be done in the tween. Tween.tween callback. Callable.from, yep. Okay. Good. And then this is the second one of these. Okay, so if we just read this from start to finish, it is start playing the typing sound and at the same time make the text type out, then wait a little bit. Oh, stop playing the typing sound when we wait. Be good to do. Stop typing sound. I think we can turn this into a... Can we do this? Yes, we can. And then down here too. Okay, I think this is good. So start playing typing sounds, show the text, stop playing them, wait a bit, start playing them again as we show the text, and then stop playing them. Hey, Sound of Gaming. Happy Tuesday. All right, and then we got to start another cutscene at the end of all of this. And that's going to be Banish Player. And, oh, we don't have the animation player? We never needed it, I guess. Private animation player equals null. Get node animation player, which I don't actually name that way in here, do I know? Now I do. And now we just go call banish player. Play banish player. Perfect. All right, these should be const floats, I guess. Delay between line, also a const float. Well, I like that it rearranged everything. It didn't rearrange this one, though. Why is this underscored? Convert into constant? Oh, yeah, sure. In fact, I probably could have had that do that for me, but okay. There we go. Looking pretty good. Yeah, and I guess same thing with second text line. Visible ratio. All right, nice. So now we got to call this, and now we got to split up our scenes here, which I'm going to be a little bit annoyed by, but let's go try this. So new, actually, you know what we could do? We could duplicate this and call this banish player, and then delete the beginning of it, which would be everything up until 11.1667. So how do we do this? Oh, there's some like trick for this, and I think I wrote it down. But I don't... No, I didn't. 3 streams. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I don't remember how to do this. I want to cut out everything over here and then bump everything to the left. Is it an edit somewhere? Move first selected key to cursor. Okay, that should probably work. Let me try that. So let's have this selected and the cursor's over here and I press left bracket. No, that does not do anything. Yeah, what? What does this even mean? Move first selected key to cursor. Huh, I don't know what that's doing. Yeah, I don't know how to do this. Hey, Atomic. All right, well, I don't know. We just delete everything. This light isn't needed here. Whoops, did I just click 2 of those? No, I only clicked 1. Thank goodness. Oh, nice. Look at all the stream streaks coming out. It's 20 for Magnus. So actually the position never changes here either. I guess a lot of these can just be deleted, right? If it's before the 11-second mark, then it doesn't matter. The text line shouldn't matter at all here. Void explosion definitely matters. The VBox container on the text fades out. The point light for this doesn't matter. I guess this drastically simplifies what I was doing, huh? The player disappears right here. And then the portal sound plays. And then the typing stuff we just delete. Okay. Now to, what was it? 11.667 or something? Let me save this. 11.1667. All right, so we delete everything before this. And this too, I guess. And then bump everything to the left. By exactly that amount of time. So this should start at 3.33. No. 0.33333, right? Yes. So that's what we have to do. We move all this to 0.33333. Love for that sound to not just keep playing constantly. I guess the timing doesn't matter that much, right? Like I just need to roughly align this with here. Did I get it? Yeah, it's pretty close. 0.31. Aliens. So then finish cutscene. 6.81 is the end of this. Done. Now, start cutscene does not need everything after 11 point whatever. So the portal sound we can finally delete and never hear that again. This we can delete. These. Void explosion is not even in this scene. Same thing with this. This stuff's definitely needed. This. Fade out music. Delete those. Delete this bit. This whole track shouldn't exist. And then delete this and this. Except for whoops. we still need this point to call a function. This is 6.0333. Yeah, let's paste this here. And this needs to call type out text. There. Now everything else can get deleted. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. What's going on Thursday? So I've been working toward checkpoint 1. We did this system with Skeleseller where I made something like, I think 6 checkpoints. And the goal back then, at least for Skeleseller, was they were publicly playable demos that were like very rough around the edges. I think the difference with Stuck in a Broken Tutorial is that they'll be privately playable. And part of the reason for that is I need to watch people's reactions. With Skeleseller, I could just ask, like, did you find the game fun? Because it was the same general experience at minute number 5 as it was at minute number 15, as it was in like an hour and a half through the game. But this game is so drastically different and dynamic that I need to like watch people's reactions. What are they finding funny? What do they understand? Where are they struggling? I need to have more granular insights into that. So yeah, Thursday is the first playtest I plan on doing. Retired Android, happy 2 years. Thank you for the resub. 2 years of subscribing. What a time. Okay, let's go try this. Hopefully I got this working. Hopefully everything looks pretty much exactly the same as it did, except for there's some reason why I did this. Oh yeah, so the second time through, this will look totally fine. Oh, whoops, we have music on. I don't want music on. Let me mute the music. Bus mute 0. I'm going to just set this to 1 and hope that it works. Flying to their town and sitting behind them when they playtest will affect their experience at all? No. I'll be in the shadows. So they won't even notice. And yeah, Darkstorm flashed out the cavern. Nice. All right. So we're just listening for text sounds. Everything should work and should look normal. Oh, too fast. Way too fast. That's not good. Typing rate was supposed to be 2 times, not half as much. Okay. Hey, the Zephyrus. Want to ask, what do you think about game development? SP coding using AI. Do you mean like especially coding using AI? I'm not sure what SP means there, but I'm guessing you mean like, yeah, game dev with AI under consideration. So I had a revelation yesterday. Yeah, I had a revelation yesterday, and I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream. So there are a couple things that I've seen. I have subscribed to Claude now for I think 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and I'm on their $20 a month plan. And one of the things you can see if you click this little blue wheel at the bottom is your 5-hour limit usage and your weekly limit. And I'm paying money every month, so like I want to use this product, right? And because of the 5-hour limit, it causes me to load up Claude when I would otherwise not be doing work at all, which in itself is already a phenomenon, but that has nothing to do with AI. That has to do with me wanting to like maximize a subscription. Imagine if Netflix said something like, you can only watch 30 minutes of a movie every 6 hours, but you pay whatever, $20 per month. You might start trying to maximize your subscription by being like, okay, I'll get a half hour now and then I'll, watch another half hour later. Because otherwise, like, why are you paying this? So that phenomenon on its own is already kind of interesting, which is like, I now do work when I wasn't planning on it because I'm stingy. Anyway, when I'm actually doing the work, though, is where AI comes into play, which is last night, I had some tasks. I was looking through my to-do list, and I'm like, all right, how can I just use my quota? Like, what are some good things? And I found some item, like, let's say this. And I thought, okay, I know how I would do this. It doesn't sound fun to do. Let me just see what AI can do. And I gave it a couple of tasks that it did what I would have done, and it ran it by me too. So like if it wasn't going to do what I would have done, I could have just told it, okay, don't do this at all. And the revelation here was there are a lot of low priority tasks that accumulate that by nature of being low priority, I will almost never devote the time to. And then my to-do list grows out of control. There are lots of little paper cut sorts of things that add up over time. AI now lets me churn through those low priority tasks in a way that is not costly for me. Like, I don't mind prompting this and then coming back after 10 minutes and being like, yep, okay, cool, looks good. I tested it, it works. Please don't give them a new subscription model idea. So I think the reason why AI companies are doing this 5-hour limit is mostly due to constrained compute resources and not due to trying to like instill addiction or whatever. I see a lot of things online, and I don't know, maybe that's some auxiliary benefit that they get, but I don't think they're trying to instill that. But yeah, as a result, it's causing me to like use this weirdly. Is there a reason for Claude specifically? I've heard some of the other models can be better or worse, but they're still performing semi-similarly. I was on Copilot before this, and I was mostly just using it for autocomplete, but they had a certain number of premium requests per month. They're doing away with that. And I used Claude. I had the best results out of Claude, I felt. So I switched to that. Hey, Puelo. Crashing bugs that people may think to be on purpose. Had an idea, blue screen of death, and then character enters. Confused from one of the sides, tries to repair it, or uses text as platforms to jump out of the screen. Yeah, the only thing is I got to make it like an obvious kind of crash screen, but it can't be tailored to their platform. So like a Nintendo Switch wouldn't blue screen because it doesn't run Windows. So if you saw a blue screen, you might recognize it, but you wouldn't think that it happened to you. I had to be careful about that. What's the app? This is just a Claude desktop app. Bronze 30 minutes without ads. Yeah, GitHub changed the pricing. They also changed the model multipliers. They also, there's a bunch of little things that change. I sort of coincidentally canceled it because I wanted to try some other things. Anyway, so, okay, after this revelation about like, low pri tasks don't have to accumulate forever thanks to AI. I was debating on like, okay, how far do I take this? What do I want to do? And I was talking to my wife about this. Like, I like game dev. And let's say I could have AI make this game be my dream game and only take like 2 months. My question, the biggest question that I have is, what am I doing with my life at that point? Like, I don't want to get too philosophical here, but I think that your life is some amount of created problems that you solve to give you purpose. And I'm not saying everything is that way. Like, in order to survive, you need to solve real problems, right? You need to get food every day. You need to breathe. You need to, whatever, have shelter. But then there's all this other stuff that we do, like your hobbies are a good example of this. let's say gaming is a hobby of yours, the created problems might be get to the next level, get your matchmaking rating up, get, I don't know, complete a story of a game, get all the achievements. Like these aren't real problems. Like you play a game to have fun, but then you create a problem on top of it that then you can solve. So you feel like, okay, there was some purpose in doing that. So I look at it that way. Like I don't want to offload all of this to AI because then like where am I getting my satisfaction in life? I like game dev. I don't like the drudgery of game dev. I don't like the, make the millionth UI you've got to make in your life or refactor this code. So yeah, I think it'll let me focus on the medium and high priority tasks. And I don't want to get too crazy with it and have it run like 7 agents in a row. But yeah, who knows what it would be like if I did that. Hey, Broken Crown. Have you heard about Caveman? Yeah, I've heard about it. I haven't tried it. I don't really care too much about reducing token usage. Yeah. AI can't make games though. I mean, saying AI can't make games is a little bit weird because what does it take to make anything? And it's a bunch of smaller problems of which AI could tackle them, right? So like I refactored some code yesterday. That was part of making a game, and AI did that refactoring. So like AI made at least part of a game. And I guess you run into this like ship of Theseus problem of, okay, well, if it made all the parts, did it make the whole thing? And what causes it to retain this identity of what is a game? But I don't think it's a productive conversation. Kind of robbing me of my enjoyment of development a tad bit. I really enjoy the journey of most things in life. I know others who say, I don't care how I get there. I just care I make something cool. My argument is, but you didn't. You just prompted a machine to do it for you. Well, I think this is almost like reading versus listening to an audiobook. An audiobook is literally a machine playing back a voice so that you can get the contents of the book without using your eyes, right? If we literally, this is what an audiobook is. It's not just a voice. Like, I guess you could have a narrator in the room with you reading to you, but short of like people's parents reading them when they're kids, that doesn't frequently happen. So it's kind of like that. It's like, what was your goal? And your goal could be to do some combo of those things, to, I don't know, to learn. I'm not trying to be prescriptive about what all of your goals could be, but if it's literally just to have a product. So for example, I have this tool now here. I did not want to make this. Making this would not have been fun for me, but I want to use this tool and I use this now every day. So this is what I use to make my stream titles and descriptions and set them on YouTube and Twitch. And like, can I say that I made this myself? Not really, right? I could say I vibe coded it, I guess. Like all I cared about was having it. But with the game that I'm making, I do care about making it. I just don't want to make all the parts of it. I think there's an important distinction there. I dig it. If I like to play chess, sure, I could just let a bot play for me to win, but I enjoy the game and want to solve the problems myself. Yeah, yeah. And this is, I think this underpins so much of this conversation. Like, if your goal is to learn how to play chess, then you're not just going to have an AI bot play against another AI bot. You're not playing chess at that point. Your goal is not to have a completed chess game or to have beaten a grandmaster through any means necessary. You slap them in the face and move one of their pieces across the board. It's to like learn and to have fun. So yeah, I should write to have fun here. Although, like I said, I'm not trying to be exhaustive with this list. Yeah. Hey, worry. Can you come up with game ideas? That's what I mean. I mean, sure they can, right? And either way, that prompting could lead to you coming up with something. If you think about it in that sense, by the way, AI brainstorming could just be collaborative. You could say something like, I'm going to bounce ideas off of you, shoot the bad ones down, and help me develop the good ones. And in this sense, can't AI help you do practically anything? Like, let's say you're trying to come up with recipe ideas or, yeah, game ideas or, I don't know, like gift ideas. If you were to say something like AI can't come up with gift ideas, I mean, that's kind of silly, right? Like, yeah, it can come up with the game ideas too. Hey, Stats. Problem I noticed with AI is that I offload the basic things, which leads to have less connection with my code and project, which leads me to use more, and then I just stop caring. I think these are things that can be mitigated though. Like, I think if you think of AI usage as a spectrum of 0% all the way up somewhere and then, to 100%, It's like if you're using 100% AI for your project, you probably don't have much connection to the code. And it doesn't necessarily mean you can't understand the broad strokes of things. If you're using 0%, you ideally have the maximum connection to your code. You should understand probably everything that you wrote. But yeah, it doesn't have to be all one or the other. You could have like, I don't know, 13% AI usage and still like largely understand your code and offload just the most grunt worky tasks that you have. Yeah. Hey, monkeys. If you have the knowledge to debug the AI's code later, then using AI to write low priority functions can be a huge time saver. Yeah. It can help, yes. It can't replace you. It's a glorified search engine. That's how I look at it anyway. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's a little bit more nuanced as a take from your original, like, AI can't make games. But that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's, I don't think this is a tenable stance without increased definitions behind what it means to make games. I think the issue is people just offload everything, not staying in the project themselves. Yeah, but that's an individual issue, right? It's like saying, you know, people cheat on exams and then don't understand the content. I'm not talking about AI or anything. I'm saying, like, yeah, this can be a problem, but it's one you can easily solve by not cheating, right? Like, if AI is causing a problem for you by using it too much, then don't use it so much. Maybe I'm simplifying things too much. It's not like, oh, you're addicted to drugs, stop doing drugs. I'm not saying that. It's like you're using a tool to a point where it's causing you harm. The tool is not addictive, so try to reduce your tool usage. It's no different from like I'm scrolling TikTok for 6 hours a day. Like, don't do that, right? Like, I don't think we can say that. Well, maybe you can at some point that, like, oh, TikTok is the problem, but yeah, I think there's some amount of personal responsibility we have to mitigate these things. Anyway, yeah, so hopefully I fixed the rate on this, and then I think I started this up, but I didn't actually test it again yet. Yeah, no, I did not. Let's see. So hopefully text sounds good now. Gee, what is going on there? Something is wrong. Second line. Did I type first in a place where I meant to type second? It doesn't look like it. Typing rate is 0.2. So the duration is the typing rate times the number of text elements. This should be 8, I think. So 0.2 times 8 is 1.6. Let's just put a breakpoint there and find out, because I know that that's how you multiply those numbers. What I mean is I don't know for sure that that's how many text elements there are. Maybe I messed that up somehow. Or maybe it's considering BB code. Yeah, it probably is because it's red. Oh, no. No. What do we do? Now, there are a couple things we can do here. Yeah, this is a new game compared to Skeleseller, at least. Where I only read your first message, and I find this hilarious. This is an interesting conversation. I won. I get that you accidentally pressed enter. I won't use AI in personal projects. The point is doing the thing that I enjoy. Yeah. Sprites are AI generated? No. These are all human created. I don't want to use AI for the human creative parts of this game. So these are all, the sprites that you see now are either free from itch or they were purchased on itch. So for example, the platformer graphic, oh no, sorry, they're not, that's not true. There's also some graphics from Skeleseller, which Quickie Joe made. So it's not entirely from itch, but like this character is on itch. The farming pack is on itch. The super retro world, which we're going to eventually use, is on itch, etc., etc. But then, yeah, there is some custom art that we have for this. Yeah, so all right, we have a problem here. Problem is that we figure out the text length with BB code being counted. So option one is Godot probably has a way to prune out the BB code. And if not, we could do that. Option two is we add in the BB code at runtime, since all we're doing is changing the text color of the whole string. This would not work for something like bolded text though. So there probably is a way to do this. Godot BB code get like final string. Parsed. No. All right. Well, how do we... Is there a list of methods here? Stripping BB code tags. Can be desired to remove them from the string. This is useful when displaying it in another control. Oh, just remove the regex. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's just copy this then. So I would like to put this in a string extension. Do we have a string extension? No. Where are the other extensions that we have? Yeah, sure. So let's go make a string extension, C# extensions. Add string extensions. All right, now I never remember the syntax for how to do this. So let's paste this over here, copy this over to the other file. I should just learn this at some point instead of copy pasting every time. All right, so public static class string extensions. And then delete all that. We might not even need system yet. All right, so string stir. And what we want is a strip BB code. And delete everything else. And then paste this in here. Whoops. What? System.string. There we go. All right, so delete this, delete this. So we need to make a regex. And we pass in the string for it, which is this. Can we use an @ symbol to stop this from being needed? So just like that, dot star that. And we don't need, yeah, that should work. And then text without tags, return regex.replace. Does this replace everything? Or do we need /g for that? Replaces all occurrences. Yeah. So replace the string with string.empty. And we're done. And then rename this to be lowercase. Yeah. It's kind of stupid. Hey, Worka, how you doing? Oh, if you want to learn regex, I mean, you know, spend some time learning and everything. But then regex101.com is like the greatest website for testing this stuff out. This is different from what I remember. Is this going to load into the site I do remember? Yes. So here you could type something like this. And now we could search for this is bolded and font color equals red. This is red. And then, oh, global's already on. Why isn't this finding dot star question mark? Oh, because there's a slash in the middle of it? No, huh, strange. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Oh, I do need to escape this, right? Because this is not C# anymore. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so it just highlights all the matches that it has and even tells you like here this is just an amazing tool. It's so great. What's that extension in the method? Godot specific. This is a C# keyword that is new as of, I want to say like C# 10 or something. Explanation in the doc strings. Oh, hey, we could just do this. Can I explicitly call operator or accessor? Partial is not valid for an extension. Does this need to be made partial? Because it's generating this in a different code? Hmm. Excuse me, sorry. I specify regex options I compile. All the same construction time work is performed. Resulting instructions are transformed further. So should I just make a static regex that's compiled? Yeah, probably. Private static read-only regex. We'll call this BB code regex. And we say equals new, and then specify the string and options compiled. Delete this and use this. Extension member cannot be marked as read-only. This member is not allowed in the extension block. And this isn't allowed either. Can I just put it here? Yeah, it looks like it's working. Now what's this complaining about? I mean, this would be the source generator version. I don't think you can do this. Can you have a partial extension class? You can, apparently. This is just a weird way of doing things. Can I just do my regex.replace? All right, I think this will work. I don't know why we need the compiled here now. All right, well, let's go test it out. Yeah, let's go test it. We need it over here. So number of text elements is going to be this dot strip BB code. And same thing over here. All right, and that should work. Let's go test it. Actually, let's keep the breakpoint there. That way I can just find out before I even start this. Okay, so it should break in a sec. And there we go. So what is this? This should say you shouldn't be here, just plain text, right? Uh-oh, unable to cast object of type name type symbol non-generic. What? I was also had shake on it. That's why it took so long. I mean, did this work? If we get the number of elements in this, length and text elements, it said 59. So this function didn't even operate. That's not good. Because that's presumably the length of the original text. Yeah, it is the length of the original text. It means this function isn't working. Do you need the at to or escape characters in the regex? I shouldn't, unless it was a C# string character that needs to be escaped, like a backslash. Is this even correct? This is correct. The string is passed in. Well, this one doesn't matter, but the next one matters. So now the string has BB code. We do string.replace. Or no, BB code. Regex.replace stir string.empty. It didn't do anything. All right, what if we did new regex dot star question mark? That doesn't even work. Do I need an at symbol? There shouldn't be any other interpretation of this. No, it's not. What am I doing wrong? You need backslashes before. I don't think you should. Yeah, no, that shouldn't work. So yeah, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. All right, how about this? Let's try just the word shake. Oh, yeah, that's working. So yeah, it is definitely a problem with this. I wonder if it's a question mark not having the same like greedy semantics in C sharp. But I gotta take a break because an ad's about to start. So is it jump time? It's jump time. Hi, hi, hi. Hope you're all drinking water. Close the game. Hover over the method and it'll explain the pattern, but not the compiled option. Hover over the method. Whoa. Neat. Hey, Aurelio. Yeah, so what we want, if I just do dot star here, that doesn't work. Yeah, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong with this. C# regex. Greedy. Lazy quantifier. Star question mark. And what am I missing? That's where AI would be useful. I want to still figure this out for myself right now because I've never really struggled with this simple of a regex. How do we find the like engine that this is running? Flavor, here we go. .net. Okay, so if I do .star question mark and we type in our string that we have here. Why is copying this so weird? What it's like it's pick what is going on? I can't select the output that I want. Is it on my clipboard and I just don't see? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's very strange. Yeah, weird. I don't see a problem. Hey, neural net. You need to escape the square bracket. It doesn't. Can you see down here? Yeah, it doesn't work when I. It doesn't work when I do that here, unless I need to do it with an @ symbol. Ah. I need an @ symbol and the backslashes. Strange. Do I not understand what the @ symbol is? Verbatim string literal. Oh, okay. Okay. I see. Never mind. I'm escaping them for the sake of the regex, not for the sake of the yeah. I understand. Yep. Yep. Okay. Cool. All right. My bad. That was dumb of me. This is Proof Live. Don't talk to me or my regex ever again. All right, let's try it out. So it's going to break in again as soon as they've walked a few steps. And now we'll see. Oh, wait, no, it didn't break in. That's perfect. And the scene ends. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so now when you get back there, which we only have so much we can do to skip through this. Do I have a way of skipping through this? I mean, I guess I can just go through this stuff. And then that and that. What? Why did that just play? What? Is that on the wrong bus? All sound data, sleepy time, lullaby. What do I even call this? I think it's on the wrong bus. What is the house interior? Do I have sleepy time music in here? Where'd I put sleepy time music? Lullaby player, here it is. Where is the bus? There it is. Yep, that's wrong. Ooh, well, that's a problem. I wonder if I did that anywhere else. Do we have any other music playing in the game? Just in the Fever Dream game and the platformer? Music. No, those are all fine. Huh, okay. Well, ignoring that. So now we're in the Fever Dream game. And we're going to skip through this as fast as we can. Yeehaw. Okay, we just need to make it back there. So now it should type out you again better. Perfect. Now, if we want to make that a little better, what's wrong with that? Audio typewriter, we figure out we figure out the rate of typing, 0.2, and then the number of characters, get space out, exclamation mark is 8. It's going to take 1.6 seconds. And then we stop the typing sounds. But when we start the typing sounds, oh, I see the problem. I think. I'm not totally sure how this works, but I think that the visible character ratio is rounding up. So actually, instead of doing timer.start, we need to immediately trigger the play typing sound. And I think that'll sound a little bit better. Let's try that. Because that's the very first character that you're seeing. Let's try it. Like over to here. It's not going to be obvious for the first string, but for get out, it might be more obvious because you'll hear 8 blips instead of 7. I don't even know if it was 7. That was 8. Perfect. Cool. All right. That is feeling good, and it is done. Whoops. So let's go close all this stuff. Yeah, this has been improved. And then I fixed something else really fast while I was doing that, right? What was that? I went in and I've changed like one thing. Oh yeah, music. I categorized something as music. Where was it? This. Yeah. And that's the only change in this file, right? Yep. Okay, so categorize lullaby as music. It was using the wrong audio bus, which means that when we eventually have volume sliders, this wouldn't be configured correctly. Well, wouldn't have been configured correctly. All right, now we just review the rest of the diff. I mean, this is all stuff I just wrote, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. Yeah, I had to split this into 2 animations. This was annoying. But it all worked. What's that? Visible ratio should not be set to whatever this is right now. Let's delete that. This means I close the scene without being on the reset node. I'm on the reset node. Oh, strange. Well, next up is this play typing sound. And I don't want to check this in, and I don't want to check this in. Okay. So check in everything except for those 2 files I said not to, and then write a comment for this. Given a string like b font color equals red, hi / font / b, this will return hi. Yeah. All right, looking pretty good. So what do we do? Add, I guess, like fix typing sounds for office scene. We used to have a single animation player or single animation for both times that you enter the office right now. However, the second time you enter, the first line of text is you again, which is much shorter than you shouldn't be here. As a result, the text typed out painfully slowly, and also our audio typewriter would have needed a different rate. Now, there's an animation to kick off the cutscene. Then the text typing takes place through code. Then there's an animation to banish the player. Nice. Ooh-wee. Okay, good. So how are we doing on time? It is 10:30. So we got about an hour and a half. So let's go back up to here. This is done. Stop you from walking to town on your first day. Maybe show a dialogue telling the player that they should spend their first day tending to the farm. Yeah, so we don't have conditional region transitions, and I'm going to need that. So we have the farm zone, and there's entered town there. Oh, this is pretty simple. We need a condition in here. Check if the player even can enter town. Or we could do it on the other side, I guess. Reminds me of a character in Rick and Morty. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I didn't get that from Rick and Morty, just to be clear. That's just a thing I say sometimes. So this exists in 2 different spots. So we need an entered town from farm zone, and we need to stop you from doing this. Yeah. Entered town from farm. Oh, whoops, this is not. The from farm isn't needed here. It's needed over here. All right, entered town. So a variant of, can you type out the rest for me? Oh, man. On player entered town. That is specifically when trying to leave the farm. That way we can block this if you're not supposed to be able to go to town yet. All right. So we need to make sure, I guess we can call on player entered town. Where is it here? We need to make sure you have at least 3 strawberries. No. How do we do this? If you're not in the farming game for the second time, then we show a dialogue. So I guess do this. Else, start dialogue. Cannot enter town yet. Yeah. What is this? That's fine. All right. Now I got to go type out this text. And what did I say for this? Tell the player they should spend their first day tending to the farm. Your grandfather just gave you this farm and you already want to leave it. Maybe spruce it up instead. Your conscience. Should I capitalize this? All right, this probably sounds a bit too snarky. So now let's start you in the farming game. And we'll do free play. Yeah. Whose isn't snarky? All right, so you try going into town, which we don't have a graphic drawing the path, but if you just try going over here, your grandfather just gave you this farm and you already want to leave it. Maybe spruce it up instead. You hit great. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So now the music should not play here. Yeah. There's always a way out, though. There's always a way out. Okay, cool. Stop you from walking to town after the dream if you don't have strawberries. Tell you to use the sickle to harvest them. Okay, let's go do that now. So if you need 3 strawberries, there's no way to tell you have 3 strawberries right now. I mean, we can kind of check inside the hotbar, but... Oh, whoops, what am I doing? if hotbar dot selected slot equals 5. Let's just do that for right now. Then start dialog. Cannot enter town yet. Maybe we should rename this. Cannot enter town before dream. Yeah. And then this one can be cannot enter town before strawberries. These are not strings that show to the player, so I think it's okay to make them kind of stupidly written out. Maybe it's Tutorial Man saying this to you. You should harvest some strawberries before you leave. I don't even have them tell you why. You need to. But yeah, that's it. Okay, so then we do this. So now we need to know if you have 3 strawberries. The only way we know this right now, I think we have a collected strawberry thing here. Yeah, we have add strawberry item. So this could keep track of how many strawberries you have. But we only need to know that you collected enough. So let's just keep track of how many you collected here. Private int num strawberries collected. And then in collect, we'll do this plus plus. And when we check that equals 5, we'll just change this to if this is fewer than 3. And that way we have a little heart in our code. And that should work. Let's go try that. So the first one already worked. So we got to change the flow control to be in the free play after the fever dream. We are cruising along today. So you start in your house. You can't go to sleep. Your bed stops you. But if you leave your house and you don't harvest strawberries, that walking on dirt sound is kind of loud. So if you just try leaving town, you should harvest some strawberries before you leave. I feel like they should tell you to wait or something. So if you only harvest 2, you will still not be able to go. But if you harvest a 3rd one now, you're able to leave. Would you like a strawberry? Would you like a strawberry? Okay, we're looking pretty good there. What was the problem that I had? Oh yeah, that they should say something like, whoa, you should harvest some strawberries before you leave. Should this be more of a joke? Because before he says like maybe you should bring some strawberries, I think. Where did he say that? Yeah. I just wanted to check in on you. None of the townsfolk have seen you. You should really come out and get to know them. Maybe bring some of those strawberries. Have to cut their way out, not explaining why, but they did. I didn't think about that. I guess that would force you to harvest them. I don't think I want to do that though. Because you don't move very quickly already, and having to stop to use the sickle every like 4 steps would probably be annoying. Alternatively, there's another thing we could do here. We could allow you to go to town anyway and not have strawberries. And when you meet Sidekick, he asks if you have strawberries and you say, I never harvested any. Yeah, a couple options here. What do we do about entering town after the fever dream? So option 1, require you to have gathered strawberries. That way the cutscene can happen without a hitch. Option 2, allow you to enter no matter what. And when Sidekick tells you to put strawberries in the trash cans, you will have to harvest them first. Could let them believe that have the interactions require strawberries. Yeah, that's I guess option 3, which is allow them to, or like, yeah, allow you to enter, but don't allow triggering Sidekick's dialogue without having strawberries. If you put them in the trash, does it store between scene changes? Yeah, it should. Although you can't even technically do that yet. Tell them how many strawberries they need to leave. I'm leaning toward option 2 here, but this is kind of annoying because now we need to go like rewire our dialogue that we have. Sidekick tells you to push. Okay, so let's look at the dialogue. Let's see how hard this would be to do. So, any ideas how to escape? I did get a hint from the town wizard. It was throw giant strawberries into the trash cans around town. You didn't happen to grow any crops, did you? So if you have the strawberry now, you would show it. If you don't have the strawberry, maybe you just need one? I think it'd be better if you needed 3. I think it's easier to just require you to harvest them. This is where playtesting is really important, by the way. Because if like 99% of players automatically just harvest the strawberries anyway, then they'll never see whatever dialogue I do. Such that, okay, fine, the last 1%, we just force them to do this thing. But if, let's say, only 10% of the players actually harvest strawberries, so that everyone tries going into town and they're like, oh, I can't, I need to harvest strawberries, then it might feel like, oh, we stopped them from doing what they want to do. Yeah, I think I'm just going to require you to have 3. But instead of you should harvest some strawberries, they need to know how many you harvested. Let me read what they said before. Yeah. This is what they said before. And here's what they're supposed to say now. So this is when they're talking to you. You can't ignore this text. I mean, you could skip through it, but you can't. You have to be shown this text. So maybe bring some of those strawberries. So that when you try leaving, they could say something like, I was deadly serious about those strawberries. That's not really in their personality, but yeah. Before you go to town, use your sickle to harvest a few strawberries. How about that? Technically, you only need 3. Yeah. I like this. Also, the reason we're not going to have him stand at the gate is because we actually, you know what we could do? We could have him there twice in the game. Yeah, we could put him there twice. Because when you first get there, where is this? Let's do play normally after Fever Dream. When you first get there, he walks off your farm and then moves in a giant circle. We could also have him block your path. So there are 2 of him. So yeah, here's what this looks like. You get outside, it's super zoomed in. He walks over to you. Haven't seen you in ages. I see that you really like strawberries. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So he says, maybe bring some of those strawberries. If you walk over there now, you will see him walking in a circle. But we could also have him there guarding the exit, like you said. And maybe he just disappears when you collect the 3rd strawberry. So yeah, we try going over there now. Before you go to town, use your sickle to harvest a few strawberries. I think that's fine. Honestly, yeah, I think this is good. This doesn't sound like too hand-holdy. Maybe some people won't even see this. You can do this in literally one chop. There, done. Now you just walk into town. So yeah, I think that's fine. And the players who do this on their own will never even see that message. It's not a particularly like funny or great message, so they don't need to worry about it. Yeah. By the way, the kinds of achievements we could have for this game, and I don't want to do this, but like harvest every strawberry, for example. It's so tedious because you move slowly and you can only get 4 at a time. And there are a million of them. You can't get more if you stand in the middle, can you? No. Well, there might be like 1 pixel that allows for it. I don't think so. No, you can't. What about going up? No. Yeah, you can only get 4. Is Tutorial Man the final name? Yeah, probably. Spell out the name you put as the player name earlier in the game in the strawberry crops if you really want to mess with achievement hunters. You imagine how much code that would be for me to do though? Rare golden strawberry that does nothing. Gives you golden inventory border. Okay, that sort of thing could be kind of interesting. Yeah, if you harvest literally every crop, you get a golden strawberry. I kind of like that idea of like fake achievements. Where did Tutorial Man go? Shouldn't he have looped around? He should be walking in a giant circle. But I don't see him anymore. The odds of us finding him now are probably pretty slim. Also, he keeps moving faster and faster. So he's probably in like turbo mode and is spiraled out of the world right now. He went out of bounds. I mean, he probably did go out of bounds. Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to find him again. Huh. Yeah, no, I don't see him. I wonder how long you can even keep him in view for. Okay, let's write this down as a joke idea. Ideas. Maybe we'll write it down as like a fake achievement ideas. So there are a lot of tedious tasks in the game that could be given an achievement, but it would only bother people. These are ideas for fake achievements, which could grant you something that indicates that we thought you might do this, but has no real value. Regarding collecting every strawberry after the fever dream. Yeah. A golden strawberry. Maybe you can't even pick it up. God, that would be such a tedious thing. It's so tedious. Okay, I want to see how long does Tutorial Man stay visible for? Because I know he circles around back to the house. And by the way, this does not matter whatsoever. This is me just out of curiosity taking a look at this. So we're going to skip through all this text. Cool. You walk away. We chase after you. So they circle down to here. I think you should have something there. Yeah. Also, I don't know if someone is going to harvest every crop. I mean, what if they do try finding every like random little Easter egg in the game? All right, then they walk through your house. It's me. I'm someone really. Okay. Oh, he gets faster. He moves a little faster every single frame. Then he walks through your house. Then he walks out of bounds, I think. And disappears for a second. And then he walks over here. So you can only see his hat right now. Okay, he's still visible. Still visible. I'm gonna hide behind this strawberry. He'll never see me. All right, still on the screen, but I'm probably covering him with my camera right now. He's right there. He's moving too fast now. I'm not gonna be able to catch him. All right, and then can you see him after this? Or is he like totally out of bounds now? Yeah, so he's like way up there. And if we could see him again, it'll probably just be on the side over here, maybe. Yeah, there he is. Now he's out of bounds again. And he should come back into view in a second. Yep, there he is. Now he's off the bottom. I have to like draw an arc with my mouse to figure out where he's going to pop back up. Will we see him again? Yep, there he is. Okay. He's moving way faster than me now. Yeah, so if you ever were harvesting strawberries and you just saw him randomly cross your farm, I think that's going to be hilarious to people. But yeah. Are those strawberries or nuts? They're strawberries. Okay, cool. All right, so we added some dialogues in here. I think that's pretty good. Yep. Don't need this here. Yeah, that's everything. So let's go revert this and check these things in. Prevent going to town in farming game. Before the dream, you can't go at all. After the dream, you need at least 3 strawberries. Okay, done with that. All right, so we got to answer this question. This is just a lore question. So Tutorial Man has a name. NPC number 1 and NPC number 2 do not. So is there some lore reason behind this? Should we... Like, Tutorial Man is an NPC. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's an agent. Maybe every NPC is named NPC and then a number. Hey, Ben. Instead of circling, Tutorial could randomly pop out of a harvested strawberry patch, act shocked, and disappear into another random patch. It's like whack-a-mole. I mean, we could do all these things. There could be, he could be circling, and he could be in strawberry patches, and he could be guarding the wall. Like, there could just be 3 of him. So, Tutorial Man could be an agent who just loves what he does. That's one thing we could do. And you just never find out. It would be kind of funny. But then why is he glitched out? Maybe he just, that's what he likes doing. Likes messing with people. Doesn't even care. Yeah. He could just be exploiting the game himself. And the other question is, should all NPCs have numerical names? Because I like that idea. And then there is a story beat later where the architect gives you the list of player names and you say them to the characters and they like wake up. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. So all agents are named then. Yeah. Okay, we got to write this down. Rules of the world. Game world, names. Names have power in this world, at least for NPCs. There's a story beat about how the architect gives you a list of names used to awaken them. Agents can have names and use other agents' names. A player shouldn't use NPC names. Yeah, so how about this? So, thus, agents have names, but NPCs are always named numerically. E.g., NPC number 1. And so, not that it matters, but these numbers can be local to the game. So, NPC number 1 can be several different characters across game worlds. Yeah, this part I don't care about, but I might as well write it down. And we can play off this a bit and have some tutorial person introduce themselves. When you use their name and nothing happens, you realize it's because they're an agent. Oh, man. Yeah, I actually had this written down already. Wow, I already came up with this idea. Yeah, I love it. So Tutorial Man, this means that Tutorial Man is an agent who just loves what he does, which is introducing characters to games. But then why wouldn't Sidekick have realized that they're an agent? Sidekick just never realized. that they were an agent. Maybe, yeah, that's part of Tutorial Man's shtick, is that they don't care enough to awaken other players. Also, Tutorial Man like glitches out just for fun. He's exploiting those glitches himself. All right, pretty cool. So then you will only have met 2 named characters at this point and then 2 NPCs. If we're going to call them NPC, then we do need to answer that question of what do we do if players don't know what NPC means? Because unfortunately in English, non-player character is a little too much to write out. But NPC isn't really that common on its own. Oh yeah, Magnus, I got your notes. I consumed them all. That's the From the Shadows stuff we were talking about. You just never had any idea, which is why the playtesters won't care either. So yeah, what if you just search for NPC meaning? Short for non-player character. How common is this? Because I think most gamers would know what this means. Coincidentally, the other day, my mother-in-law was playing Paper Mario Origami King, and she couldn't figure out how to progress, so she used ChatGPT, and I did not know any of this. And when I walked into the room, she said, "Adam, what does NPC mean?" Which is a hilarious question to be asked with no context. And I saw that she had the Switch in her hand, so I'm like, oh, it's non-player character. But yeah, if you just saw this in a game, would you be confused? I don't know. The only thing that's really going to change is just this, where they say people. I saw you talk to those NPCs, is what I want this to say. I think we're just going to do this. And if anyone's confused, maybe they'll Google it. I don't know. Yeah. Change people NPCs. I decided on naming all NPCs NPC number. So I guess the IRL player is going to have to get used to that at some point. It may as well be in the farming game. All right, add sound effects like harvesting crops and stuff. Yes, I wrote this. Maybe spend a half day doing polish each week and another half day doing music. That I can move the long form stuff forward. Should we add the Idle Ascendance title screen music to this game? I mean, I don't want to compose new music just for this. And I already composed this a while ago. Might as well just use this, right? I'm going to do it. Yeah, I think I'm going to take it. I just want to listen to the rest of it. It doesn't loop perfectly. I need to probably fix that. Let's go take a look really fast. Whoops. I don't know why this says whoops every time I open it. Some like error. Okay, so open. Let me take this off screen for a sec. Well, I'm going to switch it to Thursdays anyway, but yeah, I want to just take a look at this really fast. Title screen.flp. The only real problem is this. Whoa, that's a lot louder than it was before. Okay, let's lower this. It's like a... Oh, these don't extend to the end? Is that better? What I want to have happen is that these notes still play out a little bit longer and it repeats. I guess the way we could accomplish that is by putting this stuff over to the right side and then setting the loop point back to one measure later. But the Pac-Man pill, where's that? What's this instrument? Is that in here by any chance? No. This is... Yeah, I think we need to move this over here. And put this over here. And put this over here. This too. And then extend these notes just a little bit more. Now let's listen. Yeah, and then right at this point, we set a repeat marker. Time marker, place loop. Is there a way to stop this? Can I put this here? No, it doesn't go back. How do you make it go back? Did it just delete the other one? Oh, can you only have one loop point? Oh, you can. Okay, so then the loop point would have to be here. But we need it to end over here. You can't do that, can you? So we just chop everything off? Okay. There's a slice tool. Yeah. So we just slice all along here. And then delete the rest. And it should work. Whoop. That somehow moved all the way over there. And that's supposed to be over here. And now we finally did it. Perfect. And now the only question is, do we extend this even further? It doesn't matter. All right, let's save that. Let's export it. And let's say that we composed it for this game, even though we composed it for another game. It's got a loop. I guess it could be an MP3. That's fine. Title screen looping. Title screen remastered. Title screen Majora's Mask. All right, should make a sound in a second. There it is. There's the thing we want. We put this into music. Title screen. Nice. Now we go over to the title screen and add this in. So add audio stream player. Music player. Set the bus to music. Set the track to title screen. Set looping on. Import loop. Oh, we need a loop offset. Oh no. That means we got to figure out exactly where that is. It says 2.54. But this is 54 divided by 60. It's probably supposed to be 2.9. Autoplay. And that's it. So now we just play the game, right? Except for we go to the title screen. Okay, sorry, that's super loud. I apologize. Let me lower this a lot. Oh, if it's muted, it still plays for like a second over here. How is that happening? Main.cs sets audio bus mute here. I guess the title screen would need to do it. I actually don't really care about this. Yeah, I don't care about this. All right, so the only way to test that it'll loop is to get to the end part. How do we start that? Oh, looping isn't even on. So that wouldn't have worked. I want to advance it toward the end. How long is this? Doesn't tell you how long it is. All right, well, Mac probably does, right? 104. Okay, so what if we set it to like 55 seconds in? Title, screen. What is that node that I have? Music player. All right, so in here, audio stream player. Player equals this. Can we advance to a particular fast forward play from a certain spot? Time from position. There it is. In seconds. Okay, so 55 seconds in. And let's turn this off by default so it's not autoplay. Actually, does that matter? Let's just try it. Should skip ahead 55 seconds. Oh, right. Then it muted itself. Also perfect. Wait. No, hold on. What just happened there? I think I messed up at the end. Did it play that twice? Yeah, it did. Why is that happening? Set this to 58 seconds. Unless I mute the game at all. I don't know if it was because I had autoplay on. Why is that happening? Did the track export with looping on? Let me listen to it in VLC. Let me turn this way down. That's too quiet. Wait, there we go. No, that's fine. Hey, Kitty, how you doing? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Yeah, I have loop offset set over here. Oh, here we go. Determines where audio will start to loop after playback reaches the end. This can be used to only loop a part of the audio file, which is useful for some ambient sounds or music. Determined in seconds relative to the beginning. Only has an effect if loop is true. More convenient editor for loop offset is provided in advanced import settings dialog. Lets you preview your changes. Oh, wow, nice. Oh, look at that. Whoa, 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 whoa. I did not even know this existed. All right, so loop should, I guess, be enabled, and we set this to 2.9, just like I did before. And then we preview this. Sorry, this is very loud. Let me turn down my audio over here. Negative 12.6. Okay, there. Okay, so something got messed up when it exported, I think. I'm doing really well. Been making some good progress on this game. Yeah, so this is not at the 2.9 second mark. I need to find out exactly where it is. But why? I don't understand. Fruity Loop Studio said... that it's at 2.0 seconds are in... Oh, God. I thought it was in... I don't know what I was thinking. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. It's in centi and milliseconds after that. So 2.54, not 2.9. That's my issue, I think. 2.54. Re-import. Now we go try it. There's just a tiny little glitch there now. Oh, man. I don't think it's exactly this amount. We need to probably set it to maybe like 2.5 even. I guess this is where we should just use the advanced editor. Yeah, let me just turn on the sound again. What's going on? It's got to go farther than that. 2.53? Is it getting better or worse? I can't even tell. I have no idea. Maybe 2.55. It's going to drive me insane by the end of this. Okay, it's getting better. So we're almost there. Yeah. I can't explain the 20th of a second that this is off. Yeah, so it's somewhere between these two things, 2.58. Okay. So how's that sound when leading up to it? It's not perfect. It's close. Like maybe if I set this to another, whatever, 5 milliseconds. Maybe that's not quite enough. All right, I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's re-import it. Oh, it doesn't even let you do that. Or it didn't change it here. 2.581 is what this is supposed to be set to. I guess we do that. Yeah, nice. Okay. Now I set it back to negative 12.6. Done. And now we try that out, right? We just put that on in the background. And if anything sounds jarring, then I guess we fix it. Where's the audio? Oh, right. I turned off autoplay. There. Okay, I'm just gonna let that play in the background. Is it written anywhere? Yeah, I think it's fine. Did I write this? Yeah, I wrote this a while ago. I wrote it like a little over 2 years ago for Idle Ascendance. Thanks. Yeah, I really liked it when I came up with it. It's in this game, which was the prototype for Skeleseller. All right, it's gonna loop now, right? No, it's not yet. Pretty good. Okay, great. Now I don't need to listen to it anymore. Yeah, I really like the Skeleseller title screen music too. Yeah, this music. And then I had xylophone. Because you need xylophone for a game with skeletons. Anyway. Okay, so it's 11:13. I think what we're going to do is take a break and then do some other quick stuff here. I'm probably not spend a lot of time on this for today because I'm going to get going for lunch somewhat soon. I kind of want to do this. Let's do this later. Maybe. No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'll take my break. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Hey, Nettle Flap. Hey, Julu. Okay, close the game. So I don't want to do a bunch of sound stuff right now. I mean, let's fill out the journal before I forget. Worked on polishing up the game. Only streamed for half a day, but it was really productive. Yeah, how about this? Let's just play the game again. Ooh, what's this doing here? Oh, I never checked this in. Right. Let's check in. And then let's play from the very beginning. So start in the in the title screen and have this set to play normally. Definitely want to add a cheat menu soon. This should be turned off. No, I don't want music most of the time. I mean, for now, let's comment it out. Fine. Title screen now has the new music. Okay, cool. So add title screen music. This is from Idle Ascendance. Well, why didn't that work? Yeah, I composed it, but I composed it for a different game. All right, let's go test it out. So we're just going to play the game and see where do we need the most polish. I know sound effects are lacking. Yeah, we don't have them on the title screen either. I should probably write that down. Need sound effects on the title screen and pause menu. Well, that never stops. We need the title screen music to stop at some point. Main has the title screen here. It should probably be considered a sub game and shouldn't just exist all the time. So it gets cleaned up and you go back to it later. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. I'll write that down too. The title screen should probably be freed when you go to a different sub game. It should pretty much just be treated like a sub game. That's right. Various ages of Adam. Now let's quit out of this stuff. Don't save, don't save, don't save. Quit out of this, quit out of this. Game engine, this is Godot. And welcome in Zorgatone. Okay, so we got to stop this at some point. I guess for now, let's just do it from inside of main. I really should just free this. You can't go back to the title screen, so why not? So started game, on started game. Yeah, title screen dot just queue free. Yeah, for now that's probably fine. All right, so now we should not hear music from the title screen when we enter the main game. Let's go try that out. Not using GD script, C#. Yeah, using C#. The command right above you says I'm using C#. Yeah. And if you're wondering why, I have a Y C# command. All right, cool. Yeah, so music is fixed. So yeah, let's just see if anything stands out in terms of needing to be fixed. The background still. Yeah. I love how open the background looks. Pretty good. I want to change that text up a little bit. I saw your... Where is that? I just saw? Yeah. I think I just saw your grandpa. He told me you were arriving today. Yeah. It's better. Alright, do you need help getting started? No. So, I think we tested this earlier. But if I just plant seeds, I use about 25% of my energy. So I guess you have to dig at some point. We could use this sickle over and over. Okay, energy drops pretty fast if you do this. This is probably the fastest way that a player could drop their energy. This needs to be polished too, but world stuff I'm ignoring for now. I think that's the most jarring thing that we still need to work on. So yeah, the point of this, if you try going into town, it's going to stop you. If you try going to bed right now, your bed's going to yell at you. You're not ready for me, human. Try using your shovel. Which could cause you to try using your shovel in here, which works. And we just need to change the graphics that it uses when you dig in your house. So that shows the slimes. But yeah, once you've used enough energy, which we're about to do. There we go. Now we can go to bed. Seem to be ready. Pull the blanket over yourself and relax. This is the same world. I think we do need to use some farming tile set stuff in here. Hey, LA. Oh, right. The only way to go over there is to stand on the... never mind. It doesn't matter. All right. It's not a polished thing. Just a me thing. All right. Let's get back over there. Only happens about 60 hertz refresh rate. Where are you seeing the jittering? Because I didn't turn on physics interpolation. I still have to do that. Background level look cool. Yeah, that was Darkstorm's doing. In the platformer. Okay, yeah. On Thursday, we'll spend some time cleaning up the farming music because it just ends abruptly. So yeah, we get some strawberries, we go into town, and then the game goes off the rails because I never finished this. Yeah. Oh, if you're facing upward, you can't see the giant strawberries. Oh no. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. Never had that happen before. All right, let's go write that down. When facing upward and starting the sidekick dialogue, you can't really see the strawberry. Just make them gianter. Isn't the grandpa alive the first time he talks to you? I just noticed that. Yeah. So like enough time has passed that your whole farm has grown. Your grandfather died. It also happens in the farming. It should happen everywhere because we need to turn on physics interpolation. Actually, if we just turn on physics interpolation, it should just stop for you, but it'll cause a different issue. Where is that interpolation? Yeah, here. You turn this on mid-engine? Yeah, you can. Okay. Anyway, if you just check this box, it should hopefully fix any problems there. And like I said, it'll cause some problems with resetting positions. So I got to spend some time doing this at some point properly. But, oh wait, no, does it look weird still? Nice. think it looks fine. I'm running at 60 hertz, so I gotta run on my other screen. No, it looks very jittery over here still. I wonder why. I guess because the physics ticks are running at a different rate than the renderer, but that shouldn't be a problem. That's the whole point of physics interpolation. Huh. Yeah, that is strange. Unless... Is the camera done in the wrong place? Base platformer, process. Process moves the camera. And then physics process should move the player. What's the problem then? Does move and slide have a way of running on... No, that should be used in physics process. What was that? Camera snap to pixel? We got rid of that. It hopefully isn't on anymore. If it is on, that's a problem. Pixel snap. Yeah, these are both off. And then I don't think anything in the game tries changing it. What is this doing? Okay, this is just named incorrectly. But this is only set in the case that you're falling. Yeah, no, this is only set in the case that you're zoomed out. But yeah, this is technically not the same thing that we have. We don't have any other snapping, right? All right, I got to figure that out. Figure out why greater than 60 hertz makes the platformer look so jittery. Can I post a link? Yeah, sure. What would be doing this? That's the part I don't understand. Like, what if we just do this? In physics process, if I just say velocity equals vector 2 dot right, move and slide, and then return, I need to set the velocity higher than this, right? Times move speed, yeah. Times move speed. All right, so now they're just going to float off the right side of the screen. Not the current outage. The timeline is very colorful. It's probably normal. All right. Oh, this won't work. I want them to slide without having any collision. Flat player. Whoa, what floor layer is it like maximum? Okay, let's turn that off. There. So now they're just gonna float. They're gonna float through the world, through the screen, and all I want to see is, does this still look jittery? And yeah, it does. But on my other monitor, yeah, it looks super jittery. Huh. Huh, indeed. Do we have physics interpolation on now? It is on. And if I change the tick rate to like 10 or 15, I mean, this is probably going to feel weird, but let's try this. Yeah, so that's not good. That's what physics interpolation is supposed to fix. Why isn't it fixing that? Yeah, strange. All right, well, let's check in some things here. Clean up dialogue slightly. What else do we do? Free the music. Yeah. Stop title screen music after leaving. So now we're at changes that I'm making here just for the sake of testing this. I mean, I wrote a whole bunch of notes about physics interpolation. I should just go find those. Okay. I don't see any problems I ran into here, huh? Maybe it's a camera smoothing problem? Yeah, that could be it. That's probably it. So if I turn off camera smoothing, which I don't think we can just turn off through here. It's always only the character. You'd see it screen shake if it was the camera. Yeah, you're probably right. I still want to turn this off because I don't have any other ideas. No, no, that did do it. Yeah, so now the character is fine and the world is broken. So I think what we want is position smoothing and then just change the process callback to physics. And then everything looks fine, maybe. No. I think we need to do our own position smoothing. Yeah. It's because I don't have physics interpolation on. Once we do have it on, it's the camera's smoothing that's going wrong. It happens on the process cycle or like in process by default, which makes the player look jittery. If we change it to physics process, then the world looks jittery. Disabled it and it went away. Left the callback on idle. I'll have to look into this some more later. Because yeah, if you turn this off and you don't have physics interpolation, I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to figure this out later. I'm gonna just delete this stuff for now. It didn't select everything, did it? Can I just revert everything? Yeah. Should probably theme the title screen using whatever UI we have already. Just so we have something. Yeah. So make sure we can export the game and have someone run it on Windows. Maybe we could just limit the frame rate. Maybe just limit the frame rate if we can't figure this out before Thursday. Yeah, it's not a permanent solution, but at least then whoever plays it on Thursday won't have a problem. Yeah. And then, yeah, if there's any extra time, work on the final story progression where you bring strawberries to trash cans. I think I've got to get going. What time is it? 11:40. Yeah. Man, okay. Well, I do think spending Tuesdays doing polish is probably a good idea. Because, yeah, I do not want to end up in a scenario where we have the game 80% done and the remaining 20% is all just polished stuff. I want to polish as I go. Also, some of these games will just be games. There won't be cutscenes. cutscenes are really annoying to get working correctly, especially because we usually have to make like a custom thing for whatever game we're doing. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna head out then. Let me go find someone to raid. I'll be back tomorrow. It should be a full day. We also are probably gonna be doing polish tomorrow too. I'm gonna raid Lana because she raided yesterday, and I felt bad that I couldn't stick around. Whoops. Enable the smoothing to have the camera, a smooth camera follow. Probably do this through code instead. Yeah, we might have to do it through code. I'm not sure. But yeah, thank you all for watching. If you want to join Discord, I've got the links there. I'll be back tomorrow. And then I think it'll just be half days the rest of the week. And then I'm taking my vacation after that. So yeah, we're kind of winding down here. Yeah, take care. Bye, everyone. Let's say hi to Lana.